what's going on, Clashers? It is 13 with Faked Wargasm, bringing you another video to our Q&A interview series. This time we got leader of Faked Wargasm, Goodfriend 120. We're going to be talking about the history of Faked Wargasm, a little bit into the update and the CWL. So hope you guys enjoy. Go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
Thank you, 13, for doing this interview with me. Definitely very, very happy to be here to talk with you a little bit more about Faked Wargasm, as well as some other cool, fun topics. For those of you who don't know, I am Goodfriend. I recently became the leader of Faked Wargasm. Been playing Clash for almost 2 years now. Actually, I started in October 2 years ago, so it was almost my 2-year anniversary.
Nice.
Clash, I think, has always been one of the best games in my mind that I have ever played. And obviously, I've tremendously enjoyed it over the past couple of years. And especially with all of the recent changes, a lot of positive changes going on. Excited for both the direction of the game as well as the direction of Faked Wargasm.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think that's a little bit about me. I'm sure I'll get to talk a little bit more about myself during the Q&A session. But yeah, 13, why don't you go ahead and get started?
Cool, man. Well, one of the big questions is, I'm fairly new to Faked Wargasm, so I've only been here for a few months now, I would say. I did have a question, and it was curious on the history of Faked Wargasm. Basically, where it started. Did it start as a like a pushing clan? Was it a hybrid push and war clan? What was the driving force behind Faked Wargasm when it started out? I'm guessing is what I'm looking for.
Yep, absolutely. So I actually joined Faked Wargasm about 6 months ago as part of a mega merger, as I would call it. Prior to that, John, as well as his group of friends who live in Hawaii, very, very jealous of that, they actually started the clan Faked Wargasm. I've always been very, very impressed with how they came up with the clan name, and I think many in the community have said that Faked Wargasm is a pretty cool name for a clan.
It is,
and I'll have to agree with that. In my mind, at least from what John and kind of the Faked Wargasm OGs have told me, is that Faked Wargasm has always been formed first and foremost as a war clan.
Right.
So when Faked Wargasm was formed, I think John and group of friends kind of had a vision to eventually one day bring Faked Wargasm to the very top of the war scene. And, I have to say that they were very, very tremendously successful with doing that. And I'm not sure if a lot of people know this actually, but Faked Wargasm started with a 118 win streak. So at one point, Faked Wargasm was 118 wins,
which is
amazing.
Amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I think, despite the fact that most of those wars were kind of more farm wars, it attracted a lot of attention.
Right.
And you saw many of these kind of people that were looking for war clans for their minis, right? People from One High, people from War Whales, right? And all of these, kind of top war clans, they saw the kind of record that Faked Wargasm had, and many of them joined with kind of their mini accounts. And I think that was the beginning of when Faked Wargasm started becoming more and more focused, kind of the top war scene.
Right.
And because of that win streak, and because of kind of like the publicity it has received, it increasingly got more and more high quality recruits, which eventually brought it to a point where it was starting to be recognized as an upcoming clan in the war community.
Okay.
So it was kind of around that time when Faked Wargasm had, I think, around 140 wins. Now, I started hearing about them. I was in a clan called XIII at that point. We were a clan family of 3 clans, and I was kind of very, very impressed with their war streak because XIII kind of had the same beginning. XIII had an 83 war win streak while I was there.
Nice.
So for the first 6 months that I was in that clan, we were undefeated, and kind of talking with John as well as talking with some of the other fake Wargasm leadership, it was clear to me that we both shared, a vision of being at the top of the war scene. And in addition to that, more importantly, we kind of had a really, really good fit, right?
Right.
In terms of culture. So it was a very, very difficult decision for me and the co-leaders of Athelian to make, but we ended up doing a mega merger where the 3 clans of Athelian, as well as the 2 clans of Fake Wargasm, all merged into one huge Fake Wargasm clan family. And, obviously, that was a very, very kind of difficult in terms of both logistics as well as transition. But that kind of formed the foundation for Fake Wargasm really becoming kind of one of the best welterweights in the scene.
Right,
and,
right.
And from that point on, we had additional mergers. One of them was with Red Rain. Many of their members were former War members. So, we kind of acquired them. We acquired members from Arctic Circle, of which you were the leader of.
Correct.
And finally, as of 2 weeks ago, we acquired the Fair Play members of Poetic Darkness.
Right, which was great.
Yep, absolutely. So that's kind of where we stand now. Since the beginning of Fake to now, we have obviously gone through many, many different changes.
Yeah, just being part of it in the last few months, I've seen it go from middleweight clan all the way up to a cruiserweight clan. So I think at this point we're pretty heavy, which is great. It's always good to have a vast roster so that we could run different breakdowns and wars based on the weights. And pretty much at this point, I don't think there's anybody we can't match.
Yep, absolutely. And that's kind of where we stand now. And the Fake Wargasm family now consists of 3 clans. Fake Wargasm is a main clan, and then we have a sister clan, which is Sword Art Online. And then we have kind of another clan, which is for more of our casual members, where you can go to war with your heroes now, practice different kinds of strategies, and not be in a very stressful environment. And that's Silent Assassin.
Right. Yeah, which I have accounts in all 3 of those. So.
Yep, that you do.
Got to represent the Fake family, right?
That's absolutely right.
Cool, man. So we're about a week and a half, 2 weeks now from since the update dropped. How are you liking it so far? Oh, by the way, you have 2 or 3 accounts, correct?
Yeah, I have 3 accounts. I have 2 Town Hall 10s and Town Hall 9.
Cool. So you got a little bit of the action across the Town Hall 9 and 10 scene. How are you liking the update so far?
To be honest, I really like it. I find that the update has been incredibly challenging, especially from an offense perspective. In the Town Hall 9 scene, I think when the update initially dropped, many people were like, "Oh yeah, well hogs don't die to DGBs anymore, so everybody's just spam hogs," and Town Hall 9 is going to become the new Town Hall 8, and from the very start, I didn't quite buy into that. Number one, you kind of had the bomb tower as a mitigant.
Right.
And second of all, DGBs, although they don't make bacon anymore, if you put them next to, for example, a whiz tower, or if you combine a DGB with sandwich with like 2 small bombs, that still creates a pretty effective DGB versus hogs. And I've seen, even post-update, many mass hog attacks fail.
Yes, we have.
To, these types of base layouts.
Not only that, I have to give credit to our base building team, though. So it's not 100% the failures on the changes to the big bombs. Our base building team is amazing. So
definitely. I personally think that we have one of the kind of most dedicated teams of base builders. Very talented.
Toot.
And
Tooting the Fake Wargasm horn there.
That's right. But they have put in a tremendous amount of work, and I think the bases that we have built so far for Town Hall 9s, they are definitely not easy bases to crack even post update. So I really enjoy the Town Hall 9 environment right now. I think Town Hall 9 remains kind of one of the most technical town hall areas to be at in terms of, having really, really great plans and executions really have a big impact on your ability to succeed or fail versus a well-designed base.
Of course. Well, especially with a spread out clan like ours, with the roster varies from, your lighter up top, and then you got so many 9s. I mean, obviously the 9 game is where it's at, and that's where it's most important.
Most definitely. Yeah. So, Town Hall 9, I really enjoy it. I think base building has gotten more challenging. Attacking has gotten, in my opinion, it's gotten more challenging as well, and I think it's at a pretty good place.
Nice.
Kind of moving on to Town Hall 10. So,
it's a struggle zone for a lot of people, I hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I love it. You get the people that were complaining, obviously spam raids or whatever, and just hitting everybody with boner. And I like when Supercell changes it up. I enjoy it. Yes, I get frustrated. I'm sure you've seen me, rage quit in the middle of at the end of a war if I do something horrible. I'm pissed and want to throw my phone. Everybody's been there. But at the same time, I like to challenge myself. I enjoy it. That's one thing that I enjoy about this game is it's not just, push buttons and spam everything. There's a lot of strategy that's involved. So.
Yep. Most definitely. So I personally think that the update kind of provided Town Hall 10s with more challenging ways come up with different types of troop compositions as well as plans in order to 3-star Town Hall 10s down. Whereas before, like you said, pre-update kind of miners were the go-to army composition for the majority of 10v10 triples, and I have to say that there were quite a lot of them back in the days. Nowadays, I think Town Hall 10v10 are kind of back to the difficulty of before miners were introduced. You see people kind of leaning more towards air raids, for example. A combination of baby dragon raid,
right?
Go but La Lune, right?
Which I was surprised when that update dropped. We were in prep day, correct? Yeah, prep day, and it was pretty insane. I don't even think we had time to FC each other with the new update because everybody's stuff was on lockdown with the new bomb towers. And exactly. I was so surprised how well we were able to adjust on the fly and get that victory that first update war.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Still work it out. And it was so funny. I saw so many different vast types of raids. And like you said, it seemed to be air was the way to go when it first came out. And that's what we were doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, I would like to think that air raids are more technical raids at the Town Hall 10 level. So I really like the direction that, it's going in terms of Town Hall 10v10 triples, giving air a lot more option for that triple attempt versus, the vast majority of Town Hall 10 triples before the update dropped, I feel like were ground-based armies. I will say maybe like 80 to 85% were some kind of bowler or miner-based armies. Whereas now I think there is a much better balance between of ground versus air troops. Now, in terms of ground, I think in certain instances, miners may still be applicable, but you see kind of a transition into using hogs at Town Hall 10, kind of using a big KS with golem as well as bowlers, and then using 2 heals and a freeze, for your hogs to take out the backside of the base. And then finally, I think, people are kind of exploring some of the more new and exotic options, such as using witches. Now, I've seen a lot of witch usage in Town Hall 10v10 as well as, Town Hall 10 11v10 dips. I think that is also a positive development because, with kind of the witch buff, they're kind of more of a viable unit. And people will say that, oh, yeah, witches are spammy, blah, 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 whatever. But I think it's always a good thing for people to kind of re-explore units that were under you as hard.
Right.
Previous update.
Right.
Yeah. So, overall, I think Town become more rare now that the update has hit. However, I do think that with time, people are going to be able to come up with these new strategies, very creative strategies that's going to lead to kind of more fun.
Right. Definitely agree. It's going to turn into a more technical aspect and making sure your strategies are planned out correctly. And a lot of FCs. I mean, that was the purpose of friendly challenges was to practice. So I think with new updates, I think Faked Wargasm is filled with friendly challenges right now. So I mean, I'm quite enjoying that. It's keeping you on the game rather than when before we would farm, hit a raid and then just log off.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's keeping a lot of people attracted and keeping that Clash app open.
Yep, I completely agree with that.
And finally, man, Friendly Wars. It's been asked forever, and it's here. I'm really loving it. Obviously, they could do some tweaks to it with the locking down of the bases and whatnot. And there's room for improvement, but it's a start.
Yeah, absolutely. And I, to be personally frank, I did not think that this day would ever happen. I did not think that this day would ever happen, and I'm extremely glad that it did. I think Supercell has heard the community, and Supercell has kind of seen why this would make sense. Right? And even for people who are not part of kind of the elite, war scene, this is still something that can introduce a lot of fun into the game. Because,
right.
If I have friends in another clan, or I have friends in my clan that knows people in another clan, which is usually the case, you can just get together
and war each other.
Do a town hall breakdown and just do a war.
Right.
Whereas before that probably would never have happened.
Correct.
So I think this is a hugely positive development to the game. Now, like you said, I think there are some aspects that can be improved, with the biggest one being that, bases that are on FC lockdown, the 24-hour lockdown, cannot be used in Friendly Wars. And I completely understand why that is the way it is, right? Because, it can be abused.
Correct.
Right? If you're able to run a base that you recently built in FC in a Friendly War, you can kind of like steal, quote-unquote, a base in a war, and then start like a 1 hour prep, 1 hour war day kind of friendly war in another clan, and be able to like quote unquote crack the base. I completely understand that, but I think that Supercell can do something to both friendly challenges as well as friendly wars, such that if you change, let's say, like X number of buildings within the base, or if you just make slight tweaks to the base, right, you're still able to access that base friendly and friendly wars, and I think that would take a lot of pressure off of kind of the base builders, in these top clans who are constantly churning out bases, but have to do them within a very short amount of time, given the friendly war limitations.
Completely agree. And what's funny is I'm so happy it came out right before I went on vacation. I was so close to retiring myself. I think I told you guys that I needed kind of a break. Took a week vacation. I was worried that taking that vacation and closing the app would make me not want to get on the game anymore. Here we are with the new update, Friendly War Challenges, and creating the CWLs, though the Clan War Leagues just came out of nowhere. And the support from the community was overwhelming. And I'm pretty surprised that it went over as fast as it did. What do you see as far as the benefits and the differences between certain events that are currently out there and the Clan War Leagues? Do you find it being any better than those, or any benefits whatsoever, if any?
So I think of the Clan War League, to be honest, as kind of like the Premier League. Okay, right. I think that it's the event that everybody's going to focus on, and this is, I think, majority due to three different points. Number one, the inclusion of the clans, right? Having a 32 clan kind of league effectively allows people to kind of see all of the most hype dubs that they may have wanted to see for a very, very long time.
Right.
And number two, and I don't think people mention this enough, I think the level of organization for CWL, and huge credit to the admins of the CWL. I know you are one of them, and then another member of Fake Wargasm Deal, she is another admin.
Yep.
So, I am very aware of how much time in order to organize these events and make sure that it's run smoothly. And to be able to kind of step up and being an administrator of this huge league, and ensuring that it's able to not only be run smoothly and be run well, but also to see feedback on an ongoing basis from the group of leaders that are involved in each of the clans is a huge positive. I don't think I have ever seen any event, right, in the history of Clash, such as this one, that has been more organized and streamed. So huge credit to you guys as well as all of the other admins.
Well, thank you. I'm over here blushing if you could see me now.
I was. Need to be modest. Let's be honest here.
I was blown away, man. You go into so many group me chats and you see all the drama, all the nonsense that's not needed, and then to bring so many people from different clans together to knock out these rules and set it up was just. It was a sight for eyes, man. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. It was amazing. So I was so happy and pleased with the way it turned out.
Absolutely.
And like you said, it's going to be great. There's with the friendly war challenge and then adding the CWL, you're going to get matchups that you would never have seen, whether it be roster problems or two deciding clans can't decide on a certain war date or breakdown. Now you have defaults and you have admins that could step in and make sure it happens. I mean, so we're going to give the community what they want, and they're going to see the matches they want to see. So it's going to be amazing. Yeah. I know there's plenty of streamers ready to stream it.
That's right.
They're talking about fantasy leagues. I saw little side bets. I don't know if people are really betting actual money, but they're putting odds, and it's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely, and that kind of brings me to my final point. Right, I think the Clan War League, especially with the size and the scope of it, really brings kind of another almost like heightened competitive aspect to the fair play war community.
Right.
I feel like I am more motivated now than ever to kind of win every single one of my arranged wars. Whereas before, obviously, there was motivation to win. Every top war clan has, the drive and the competitiveness and the motivation to win. But now it's almost like when you win, right, everybody else is going to know it. Everybody else is watching. And on a week-to-week basis, right, all of the results of these matches are being posted, and it's all public, and everybody's going to be scrutinizing it. And I personally think that kind of environment is very conducive to introducing competition and reintroducing interest into the game for those who may not have wanted to continue to play. And that's kind of like the final and one of the biggest points I wanted to make.
Right. Yeah, it's exciting for sure. One thing I was saying on the podcast that I did just recently, the Golem Chatter podcast, was what I like about it versus, say, an arranged war or a potluck. You really don't know, or well, you do, but the community does not know who's matching who until you finally matched up, till prep day's there, right?
Yep.
Versus this situation, you have the complete schedule for 13 weeks, so you know the wars you're going to want to watch. If you're not in one of these war clans, feel free to hop over and watch the war. I'm sure it's not going to be a problem. So there's plenty of anticipation for a certain week or for a certain clan to face off. So it's going to be amazing. And to be honest, I think we're in a pretty stacked conference.
Oh, yeah, no, I looked at our schedule, man. Okay, look, like, I think Faked Wargasm has the hardest schedules, in the CWL. I know other people might disagree with me, but hey, I feel like at least amongst the chatter in the community, a lot of the clans that we are facing are kind of projected to either go all the way or kind of be the division winners, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So, I personally, I very much look forward to the challenge. I'm pretty excited, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to take a lot of work on our side to be able to, pull out these wins. I expect the vast majority of our wars to be very, very close.
What I love about it too is it's not everybody posts these fake rankings, who's the top war clan and stuff like that. Well, now you're gonna see really, but I not being saying that we're gonna take it all the way, but the point is, even if you lose, even if you take an L, there's still going to be standings and rankings, and it's going to work their way up to the championship. I mean, there's plenty of clans that could lose and still win the title. And it comes down to more than just your attackers in your clan. It comes down to the leadership for creating the proper roster versus the enemy team. We got to make sure weights are right. There's a lot of strategy involved on the backside as well. And getting all that scheduled and making sure you could compete with the 30-man roster for 13 weeks. So again, it's going to take a lot on our leadership, you, of course, and I probably threw it on your plate out of nowhere by just putting us in it. So thanks for taking on the task at hand, but at least at this point, our calendar's full for 13 weeks.
That's right. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for it. I'm not super excited for the work that's going to be coming my way, but,
what was that?
I think I said I'm not super excited for the amount of work that's about to come my way. But especially with the leadership team at Fake Wargasm, which I think is one of the best leadership teams across any of the top clans out there. We're going to be able to get this done, and I think our members are super, super excited about it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't have asked for anything more. And,
right.
Yeah, very excited to get this started.
We were talking about in the Golem chatter about having quantity of members, and if we felt that having a lot of members and opening up sister clans is something that's beneficial, and I told them I definitely love quality over quantity. And ever since joining the Faked Wargasm family, I've loved it here. It's just a nice group of people. We mesh really well. Everything works out great. The leadership here is insane. Sometimes you blow me away with the things that you come up with, man.
Now you're making me blush.
Well, think about it, man. The war strategies you come up with and the things you work out it's insane. It's mind-boggling.
Hey, I attribute kind of the leadership does and to kind of the leadership collective. I'm not going to take any credit for any of the specific things that I do. I think
so modest.
Without any of the key members of the leadership, I think it will be a huge loss every single time we lose somebody. And that's kind of another point I wanted to bring up about Fake Wargasm is that in the history of Fake Wargasm, there has never been a single instance of a mass exodus of members.
Right.
That has never happened, right? You hear about, some other clans, maybe they'll have a group of people leave, right? Or because of a certain event happening that kind of triggered the clan to split, whatever those events may end up being. And, Fake Wargasm has definitely had its shares of kind of, these events that may have triggered people to leave, but that has never happened. And that really speaks to kind of the loyalty of the members to the clan, as well as how cohesive the clan is run. And I think that's also one of the biggest advantages of Fake Wargasm. All the leadership are super dedicated, all of the members are super dedicated. We really enjoy each other's company, and we definitely feel like we are part of a family, kind of the family outside of our real families.
Exactly.
And I think it's going to continue being that way. And with that, I think that's one of the key elements, right? Membership retention as well as membership synergy that's going to end up bringing Fake Wargasm to one of the top war clans.
Not one, to the top.
That's right, to the top.
That's the goal. No, the goal is just the way it is now. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't care if we were at the bottom of the map, in competitive war scene. It wouldn't change my views on the Faked Wargasm family, and I would still be here today. So,
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, gonna cut it short now, man. I thank you for coming on. I appreciate you talking to me about the history of Faked Wargasm for anybody out there that did not know what you thought about the updates and then the CWL. Is there any shout-outs or anything you want to say before we head out?
First of all, I would definitely want to shout out to you once again. Thank you so much for your time, taking time to interview me and kind of posting this content. For those of you who do not know, XIII is our YouTuber. He spends a tremendous amount of time creating videos of war recaps for both Fake Wargasm as well as our sister Sword Art Online, and definitely one of the most dedicated co's at Fake Wargasm, as well as one of the most respected members across the FP community. So a huge shout out to you.
Thank you.
Next, definitely want to give a shout out to all of the co's at Fake Wargasm for all the hard work that they put in, all of the dedication, day in, day out. Fake Wargasm would definitely not be where it is today without you guys. So, huge shout out to you guys. Lastly, I definitely want to give a shout out to John, who is
right.
who was the former leader fake Wargasm, and has brought fake Wargasm from kind of this clan that had just started wanting to become part of the war scene to now one of the biggest powerhouses in the war community. John, I think you were always the one who were like, it's all or nothing. All or nothing.
Yes,
we're
that's
either
true.
going all the way, or we all quit and retire. So, thank you so much for all of your dedication, spending all of your time making this clan great. Definitely would not be the same without you. And, obviously, definitely thanks to all of the members of Fake Wargasm. I've always thought that, it's not the clan that makes the members, it's the members that make the clan. So if one day, all of our members move across to a different clan, a level 1 clan, it will still be Fake Wargasm, right?
Correct.
At the core, that's what makes up who we are. And as long as the family stays together, there will always be a Fake Wargasm. So, that's going to be my last shout out to everybody in the clan who has helped make this clan great.
Right. It's so funny that everybody talks about core members. I don't think we could narrow it down to 15, 20 people.
Yep, you're right. Everybody in Fake Wargasm is a core member.
Right. All right. I appreciate you coming on, good friend. Thank you for taking the time to be on the YouTube channel, and good luck to us, Fake Wargasm, and the CWL.
That's right.
Taking it all the way. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Thanks so much, 13. I'll catch you soon.
They don't pay.
We fell out of love like shooting stars, came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I see like shooting stars came crashing down.